The beloved family film 1998's remake of The Parent Trap premiered 22 years ago today. At that time, Lindsay Lohan, she was a 12-year-old newcomer in her breakout starring role. She played identical twins Hallie and Annie as they concoct a plan to get their parents, played by Dennis Quaid and the late Natasha Richardson, back together. And get this, it stars Just Reunited for the first time since the film's release. It's a reunion you're only going to see on Katie's Insta page. Katie, hello, hello.
Hoda, hi. It's so great to see you, Hoda.
By the way, you look really good, I gotta say. And how did you get this cast and this group to come together? They haven't been together in so long. Did you just wave a magic wand?
Since the premiere, Hoda. And basically, I was doing an IG Live with Nancy Meyers, who I'm a huge fan of. And Lindsay popped up in the comments. So afterwards, I said to Nancy, and Nancy and I both agreed, or she might have suggested, I don't even remember, but we said, let's get the cast back together. And so Nancy said, that's a great idea. So we finally found everybody. We got Dennis Quaid, obviously. We got Lindsay, who lives in Dubai now. And we got Lisa Ann Walter and Elaine Hendrix and Simon Coons, who plays Martin, and Charles Shire, who is the producer and co-writer, and of course Nancy. And I am a big fan of the movie. It's a very seminal movie, I think, for people of a certain age, not my age, but my daughter's age, kind of between 20 and 30, I think, because it came out when they were little. And so we just all got together. And and we had such a good time, Hoda. It was so much fun.
Okay, wait, what's Lindsay been up to? You said she lives in Dubai. What's she been doing?
Well, she's just been enjoying life and working with kids and doing all kinds of things. She's doing really, really well, though. Oh. I was so happy to see her, and she seems to be thriving and really happy. And by the way, the only way that Nancy and I would do this is if we made it a fundraiser for World Central Kitchen for the extraordinary work, as you know, that Jose Andres has been doing. So we're encouraging people to make donations if they enjoy this reunion with the whole cast.
Okay, we want
to. The cast has made donations too.
That's super cool. It's gonna be on today, right, Katie?
Yeah, it's on right now on at Katie Couric on Instagram.
You're very fancy. Okay, but we want to, in case people haven't seen it, we want to show just a little bit of your Zoom. So there's a scene where Lindsay Lohan and Dennis Quaid are reenacting a scene. That's when Hallie comes home from camp and she's pretending to be Annie. So they did a little reenactment. So let's watch a little of that.
Okay.
Well, we meant to write, Dad, but we just got so...
Oh, me and my friend. I met this girl at camp and we got really close. Practically like sisters. She was a lovely girl.
Lovely. You seem to have gotten all proper all of a sudden. Still biting your nails, huh?
Dad, you noticed.
Oh, come on.
We intercut this whole scene, and it's such a sweet scene about the importance for Annie to see her father. And it was just so moving and cute. That was Dennis's idea. He brought the script and he sent it to Lindsay and they reenacted the whole scene. And he's doing a podcast, by the way, based on the Zoom. So that's coming out tomorrow.
Katie, we love you. Thank you for hanging with us.
I love you, Hoda.
Now, when is this going to be on again in case people want to watch it today?
Okay, it's on Instagram. Yeah. Just go to @Katie Couric. Follow me on Instagram. And can I just mention, you can go to World Central Kitchen, WCK.org/Parent Trap, or you can text Parent Trap to 80100. Text parent to 80100.
Is that Molnar? Who's yelling over there?
No. That's my researcher, Adriana. Okay. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even know how to get on this thing, Hoda.
All right. We encourage everyone to check it out. Katie, we'll see you soon. Look forward to your memoir coming up.
Okay,
too.
big kiss.
Lovely girl, horrid habit. What did I do? Send you to summer camp or finishing school?
Lovely girl, horrid habit. What did I do? Send you to summer camp or finishing school?
Started yelling in French. I didn't know she spoke French.
She started yelling in French. I didn't even know she spoke French.
Them, T-H-E-M. Get the picture?
T-H-E-M. Them. Get the picture?
Hi, I'm Dennis Quaid, and we're flashing back to The Parent Trap. Well, the relationship between Nick Parker and his daughters, it was very idyllic. Yeah, and that's the way Nancy Meyers, the director, sort of made it. Every shot she did was to make everything look very perfect. You know, it was a perfect relationship. It was sweet, and it was warm, and just the way, like a dream dad. That's what I was portrayed in Hallie and Annie's eyes.
Get into these arms, you little punk.
Finally.
The favorite scenes from the movie would be where I pick up Hallie at the airport. That was a great one, and the driving in the car from there, the conversation that we have. And then the other one is, which is a fan favorite, is the falling in the pool.
Sir?
I think I fell in the pool about 6 times. And that was a complete dry off and change of wardrobe. Luckily, it was a warm day. You know, I met Lindsay at her screen test, and she was over by the craft service table, and I just went over to meet her, and she just struck me as the smartest, most precocious 11-year-old I think I had ever met. And she just had this confidence about her. She didn't even have the part yet. You know, there were 4 other girls that were auditioning, but it was just pretty obvious that this was somebody who was really talented and was going to go beyond the Parent Trap. She was a force.
Hallie Parker! Oh, don't do this to me. I'm already seeing double.
She was just so spot on. She knew my lines, her lines, everybody's lines, and then she would disappear for about 10 minutes and come back. And she was the other twin. And in the hotel scenes there in California, you know, when Natasha's there and Meredith is there, and we're checking in, and that was the real sort of highlighted where she was playing both roles.
Actually, I'm not Hallie. Actually, I am.
Both of them? Annie? Hallie?
We had to shoot things twice, and she would be seamless. You know, she would go from this English accent to, you know, this American little girl, and how she did it was really just so admirable. I had to admire it. She was like a chameleon, the way she could slip in to each character.
To tell you the truth, I haven't been on a boat since the QE2.
Neither have I.
Well then, here's to
Our daughters.
our daughters.
She was just always just so great to talk to. She came to work just ready to work, and with her attitude and her personality was just she was just fantastic to be around.
Oh, by the way, Mare, I think there's something on your head.
Well, it's the lizard scene on her head, which is I think the most I get the most feedback from 6 to 8-year-olds. They love that scene, and Meredith, Elaine was such a trooper about that, because that was a real lizard in her mouth. So crazy. Well, I remember as a boy loving Haley Mills in The Parent Trap, and it's just a story that endures. And there's a lot of theories about it. One being, and I kind of think is true, is it's sort of a kid power movie, where especially in the age where there's so much divorce, that the kids have the power to put their parents back together again. I think that's where it comes from.
Chessie!
You rang? You got something you want to share with the class there, Hal?
Jesse, you gave me a fright.
Well, obviously enormously talented, but also like super talented in terms of how to work a set, and really sweet. When she came in and out of the makeup room, it was always thank you so much, and she hugged everybody, and she was so grateful for the experience, and a delight to be around, and just really sweet and fun.
We would dance around a lot, Lindsay and I, because I had a lot of scenes with her.
Mm-hmm.
So if your mom is my mom, and my dad is your dad, and we're both born on October 11, then you and I are like sisters. Sisters. Hallie, we're like twins.
Shooting was not easy because the technology of shooting both sides was so new. Now CGI has grown so where it's not so painstaking, it doesn't take so long. But then they were sort of the groundbreakers for how to shoot those twins, where they did everything with Lindsay on one side and her double on the other, and then flipped it. So we did everything twice. So Elaine and I, part of the reason we became best friends on that set is we spent a lot of time creating fun for ourselves back in the trailers while we waited for setups to happen. And so a lot of the times our fun was in between shooting things.
Here you go, Mare.
I don't know that it gets much worse than the lizard. I just don't know about that. So yeah, I gotta say the lizard, which people always ask me about. And then I say, you know, I like to think that people want to keep some movie magic romance happening. And so I always say, listen, there's a real lizard, there's a toy lizard, and there's a computer lizard in that whole sequence. Go back and watch and see if you can figure it out.
Oh, I would pay big money to see that woman climb a mountain. Might I suggest that we continue this little powwow inside? Hi, you probably don't remember me.
Jesse!
I knew I always liked her. The stuff that I had with her was amazing and fun, and she just joked all the time, and she was super in love with her husband.
I was going to say, that's for me, it wasn't so much about her scenes as in the makeup chair. And she would sit there and she would just swoon and say, my Liam.
And her sons. And she talked about
her
kids.
sons, yeah.
This is our mother, Elizabeth James.
This is your mother?
If you walked by her trailer, she would swing the door open, and, you know, if it was like in the evening, she'd have a glass of wine and say, you know, come into our gossip. You know, and she'd like get you to come into her trailer and, you know, hang out. And then when I went over to London to promote the movie, when we opened over there, she met me at the Dorchester and took me out for champagne and took me around London to, I mean, she was just the sweetest, kindest person. I'm not looking at her in a special way. I'm looking at her like I've looked at her for 11 years. Ever since the day she came home from the hospital. 6 pounds, 11 ounces, 21 inches long. This is how I look at her. This is how I look at her. Can I hug her? Oh, she's so beautiful. Do you want anything to eat? Is there anything special? You know what? Doesn't matter. I'm just going to go whip up everything we got.
Being young and beautiful is not a crime, you know. And for your 411, I adore your father. He's exactly the kind of man I always planned on marrying. This is the real deal. And nothing you do is going to come between us. I hate to break it to you, Angel, but you are no longer the only girl in Nick Parker's life. Get over it.
everybody in that cast was kind and nice, and I stay friends with, I mean, obviously, this one's not only my best friend, but I officially adopted her this year as my sister.